Hi guys, and welcome back to the Sam2Podcast. This is episode 3. My name's Sam. His name's Sam. How are you doing this week?
I'm doing very well actually. You know, it's December now. I'm
Good to hear.
starting to feel a little bit jolly. Might
A
I
little
add?
bit festive. Yeah.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm all right, thanks, mate. I'm all right. It's been a busy week of sport. It's been a
It
busy
has. It
weekend.
has.
Right, Sam. Shall we get into it?
I think we shall.
I think there's one place to start, and that's with the big game that happened last weekend: Chelsea versus Arsenal. Your team. A good point at Stamford Bridge, on the face of it, but considering how good Chelsea played, are you happy with a point?
Yeah, I'm very. I wouldn't say I'm happy with the point. I'm happy with the performance. Where, with 11 men, we were the better team. There's no doubt, and it's obviously a bit pointless to say, but I do think we would have gone on to win that game. Even with 10 at times, we looked more threatening than they did. Obviously, they sort of just, for their goal, it's always going to happen when you're 10 men. Somebody wasn't marked, Mourinho wasn't marked, and it sort of came out of nowhere for them. But we were definitely, Reece James was unbelievable. It was the midfield debate between Caicedo and Declan Rice, and Reece James came out and won it.
So, the best midfielder yesterday was Reece James, so that's brilliant.
I mean, it's just also the people. I know he didn't play right back, because that's what the little Timber fangirls are clinging on to, that he didn't play right back. But the fact that he's world class in two positions is just ridiculous. Honestly,
I mean, you got a tiny bit of stick for saying that Reece James was better than Timber in your combined 11 last week. But
I hope you're watching this, mate.
I think that was pretty conclusive yesterday. Reece James had a great game.
Yeah, I also want to credit Maresca, because I think when it was the United game, Bob Sanchez got sent off early. The way he handled that game, that was shockingly bad.
Awful,
how he handled it.
Terrible, yeah.
But the way he handled yesterday was brilliant in my eyes. I think the initial setup was very good. It looked to be, pinning Arsenal. And then I really like that we didn't, it's Arsenal. It's so weird, because we went in our shell after getting a red card against Man United, and then we play Arsenal, who everyone thinks is the best team in Europe and probably are.
Yeah.
And we just carried on attacking. We grabbed the first goal from a corner, bit of have that, Arsenal. But yeah, it did always feel like that goal was inevitable for them. So yeah, as I say, I'm really happy with the performance. I thought, obviously not from Caicedo. That was, I think that can be said as well. Caicedo has been our best player for the last year or so. So the fact that we had one less man, and that one less man was him, our best player, and we still got a point, I think there's positives to be taken from that. Also, he gets a 3-game rest now.
So, very true.
So yeah, we got Leeds on in midweek, and hopefully Cole Palmer can actually. I understand why he didn't bring him on. Didn't really make sense for the balance of the team. Who's he going to take off?
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully Cole Palmer can get some minutes against Leeds, and hopefully we can win. But I feel like, although we've dropped down to third, I'm a lot more confident we will be able to challenge Arsenal now after watching that game, because we were the better team.
Yeah, I was going to say, because it's kind of a weird situation, because I've written down in my notes that that's almost a missed opportunity for Chelsea, because you played so well.
Definitely what it feels
but
like.
You've come away from it thinking we could, there's no reason we can't go and beat anyone, but you didn't. But
yeah.
It's that double-edged sword.
Well, people say like, oh yeah, you played so well with 10 men, and I'm just like, I can't ever think, yeah, but we shouldn't have gone down to 10 in the first place. If I think about all the red cards, it was a clear red. So somebody commented on my video. That video got reinstated at like 3 a.m, by the way, so I don't know what that was about. But somebody commented on my video going, it wasn't a red. It's like, you're kidding yourself. Also, there was an elbow from, who was, I can't remember who it was. I don't know, but Chalobah got an elbow in the face, maybe from Hincapié. And they were saying, oh, it's a red card. Our fans saying it's a red card. It's not a red card. They're saying, yes, he got an elbow in the face. He wasn't looking. It wasn't intentional. It's not a red card. It's just... But yeah, there's still plenty of positives to take. But as you say, that's the perfect... I mean, I use the word in my video as well. Missed opportunity. That's exactly what it feels like. But you do have to try and take the positives, because it was a brilliant performance.
It was a brilliant performance. And do you think that Chelsea, after watching that game, do you think you can... I know you said last week you're not in a title race, but if Arsenal start to slip up, if City, keep dropping points here and there, if Liverpool don't pick up pace, can you realistically at least challenge for the title, do you think?
Yes.
You're going yes now?
Yes. I think after that performance, after Barcelona as well, people can try and put that down. People saying, oh, they had 10 men. They played they played a half of football. I know we played almost a half of football with, well, actually it was a bit earlier on in the game, 38 minutes or something like that. But they played pretty much a whole half with 11 men and we were still all over them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we didn't win and that's annoying. But as I say, I'm more confident now that we can challenge Arsenal because they don't feel so scary after that.
Yeah, I don't think Arsenal, maybe I'm just being biased here, but I don't think they're all that. I think they are obviously a fantastic team, but they have their frailties, especially away from home. I think at the Emirates, they are incredibly solid, but away from home, they do have their moments where they struggle a little bit. And I think yesterday was, we saw it at Sunderland, where they just kind of couldn't really cope. Again, and they didn't lose. I mean, that's a key for Arsenal. They're not losing these games; they're just drawing them.
Yeah.
But there are definitely signs that they aren't, amazing. Well, they are amazing, but they're not unbeatable.
Yeah, that's the annoying thing for me as well. Is like we outplayed them, but we didn't get to have the sort of of getting a win. They can still go, oh, we're still unbeaten. Yeah. We're still top of the league. Well, not unbeaten. They've lost the game, obviously, but they're still on this. They're on a bit of an unbeaten run. They're still top of the league. So it would have just been so nice if we could have just held on. We're not beating them in ages. We're not beating them at Stamford Bridge in even longer since Maurizio Sarri. So,
oh wow,
that's why it feels so frustrating because we played really, really well, and it's just another red card. The red card's costing us massively this season. I know it's a completely pointless topic of conversation because we've got these red cards, but
yeah,
the red card against Man United, I know it was at the start of the game, so Man United technically could have gone and played really well. I think we would have won. But again, pointless. Brighton, we were in control of that game until Chalobah got sent off. Then we conceded 3 late goals. Would have won that game. And then yesterday, I'm convinced we would have won if we didn't get a sending off. And it's like, you add those points up, and then, we're top of the league with that, without those red cards. But as I say, that's pointless. And we might still not have won those games. You can't say for sure. But it feels like it. And it feels like... I mean, I just want to quickly talk as well about Bob Sanchez because his turnaround has been ridiculous.
Hell of a performance, yeah.
I don't know what's happened. I don't know where they've taken the real Bob Sanchez, but whoever this man is, he's unbelievable.
He's an imposter for sure. This can't be the same guy.
And it feels like, I can't speak. I owe him an apology because, I've been very critical of him because I haven't thought he's good enough. And it still feels a little bit weird to see how well he's been. Like it's almost too good to be true at the minute. But
I think it's whether he can keep it up or not, because at the end of the day, he is still Bob Sanchez. He's not one of the best keepers in the world or even the league, really. But he has been on amazing form recently.
Yeah, I also think we've forgotten as a football world how good Wesley Fofana is because of how injury prone he's been. He gets injured all the time, and he doesn't play football that much. But since he's been back, he's been brilliant. And sort of remembering why we signed him for like 70 million or whatever it was, because it's like, hang on, he can actually play football. And Chalobah was brilliant yesterday as well. I think while Colwill is out injured, that's our best centre-back pairing, those two. I think...
Yeah, I think it probably is, yeah. Fofana suffers from the same kind of situation as Reece James. Reece James has so much time on the... Well, not recently, as you said. He's had almost a year fit now. But
over a year now.
In his career, over a year, sorry, my apologies. He's had so long out with injury that people forget how good he really is. And I think Fofana's probably suffering from the same thing.
Well, yeah, I remember watching him at Leicester thinking, this guy looks brilliant. And then since his sort of last season at Leicester, he's just not stayed fit. And, it's a shame. It's the same with Romeo Lavia. He gets injured and he comes back for Liverpool and Tottenham every year, and he looks unbelievable every time he plays football.
Yeah,
then he gets injured. So it's a shame. Maresca. I think Maresca has really, the way he's managed Reece James is brilliant. Like he's already said, Reece James isn't going to play against Leeds. The way he's managed his minutes and it's been perfect, and it's allowed Reece James to be back for as long as he has now, and I hope that he can do that with the other two. But it does feel like with Romeo Lavia, he's like one injury away from going, okay, we should probably give up on him. Because
it's a shame because he is a really, really good player, but I think, go back to that. The old idiom is availability is the best ability.
Yeah.
When he's that good, some club will snap him up. It's just whether he can stay fit. But what's the longest he's ever? I know he's only young, but when he was at Southampton, he got injured.
Yeah,
he's always been injured at you.
He's only been fit for like a month at a time, probably, and
he's like, and that isn't sustainable. It can't go on like
that. Yeah, there's no doubt he's an unbelievable footballer, but and people say with Reece James, we gave him a lot of time, but Reece James had a lot more credit in the bank. Reece James already in a Champions League winning right back by the time his injury issues really hit, and I think there's no doubt when he's fit, Lavia is an unbelievable option as a backup, but right now it's costing us because we need somebody to step in for Caicedo, and Andre Santos has done a good job, but that's not his natural position. I know we've got Asugo who's coming back from injury now, which is good, but yeah, it's costing us, and that's why it's good that Caicedo is having this 3-game break in a way, because I'm just so worried watching him this season, thinking if he gets injured, we are so screwed.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. I think, to be honest, we've probably spent quite like 10 minutes talking about Chelsea Arsenal, so we can probably move on now.
I heard you you were talking about Caicedo.
I was saying about how it's good to have a break, because every time I watch him this season, I get really nervous because if he gets injured, then it feels like game over. But then yesterday, having a man down without him, we played really well still. But yeah, it's good that he gets a 3-game break now, in a way. Try and take the positives from the red card.
Got to look at the positives.
Yeah.
Right. Should we discuss Spurs?
This is probably my favourite segment of the week when we talk about Spurs. It's a weekly occurrence at the minute.
You love it, don't you?
I certainly don't hate it.
That is fair enough. Oh, my Wi-Fi keeps dropping out. Oh my god, it keeps coming up with at one point there's 3 bars, and then it goes to 5G and then 4G.
Right.
And then goes back to 3 bars again. I don't know. That's fine. We'll just see how it goes.
Yes, we will.
I've got 3 bars at the minute. I'm doing all right. But
yeah, right now it's fine. Okay.
Ask me about Tottenham. Go on.
So Tottenham, what's going on? Is it time to hop off the Frank engine, would you say?
I think the Frank engine is coming to a halt at the minute. It's that Fulham game. Obviously, we started incredibly poorly. I don't know what it is about our home fixtures that just seem to just go completely wrong. Obviously, the first goal was a deflection, kind of unlucky. The second one,
Super Vic. Super Vic. What a moment.
What a moment it was. Hell of a finish from Harry Wilson, though. Let's just say that.
Yeah, to be fair, from the position.
But yeah. And they hit the post after about 10 minutes for them, so it could have been 3-0 after about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was dreadful, and it was... Yeah, and it's a recurring theme, especially at home. A team like Fulham, we should be beating, but I don't know. It's almost like we give teams too much respect. Like, they're coming to our stadium to play. Our fans have packed out the stadium, and yet Thomas Frank is more worried about what they're going to do rather than what we're going to do.
Yeah, I think that's been his big issue for me. The 2 big sort of unforgivable etches, I suppose, on his time at Tottenham so far are the Chelsea and Arsenal game. The way he set up there, how cowardly it was. That you can't
do that in any game, but a derby game, especially the Chelsea one. I know the Arsenal was a worse scoreline, but the Chelsea game at home against one of your biggest rivals, and you just what was it, 0.05 xG in the entire game.
Yeah.
I still can't quite believe how bad that performance was. But Fulham, the Fulham game was almost, it felt on par with that. Other than Kudus' it was a pretty good goal, but was our only moment of the entire game where anything came from. And it was like, even when we brought on players like Xavi and everyone else that came on, it never felt like we were going to do much.
No. Yeah, it's just, I think this is putting a big sort of marker on maybe not to inherit from within the league, because, you know, we did it with Graham Potter. That ended fantastically, although I think a lot of managers would have struggled in that situation with that season. But you've done it before with Nuno, didn't end up well. And now
there are
this.
Serious shades of Nuno in Thomas Frank, I must add. It's very, very eerily similar. Started incredibly well.
Yeah.
For like the first week, for 3 or 4 weeks, and then it's just completely fallen off a cliff. But one thing I was thinking about is that Tottenham fans weren't happy. Well, some Tottenham fans weren't happy with Ange, and that he only focused on us. He was never thinking about the opponent. He was always like, "What can we do? How can we play the best football?"
Yeah.
It's the complete opposite. He doesn't think about us. He only thinks about who we're playing, and that in turn is a negative. I don't understand why we can't just find a manager who can do both. Like it can't be that hard to adapt to a situation, based on the team, but also you can't go into a game not talking about what we're going to do.
Yeah. Well, you need to have a clear identity. There's no denying that. But Ange took it too far, where he was just relentless with it. And there are games against certain teams you need to tweak it, and you need to have a different approach.
We've had two complete ends of the spectrum. We've had Ange, who was never going to change, only changed once, and that was in the Europa League final. God bless him. But Thomas Frank almost. I mean, people were quite excited that he was adaptable, but there's no consistency in anything we do apart from being consistently bad.
Yeah, well, maybe for the next manager, you'll meet somewhere in the middle and get it right.
Yeah, you'd hope so. I want to touch on something that I read about Tottenham, because a few Tottenham fans noticed that at half time the players gathered in the centre circle and then walked off together. And it was I took it from I've even got a quote here. This is from Matt Law in the Telegraph. He said, "The Spurs players have adopted a new convention where they gather in the centre circle at half time and leave the pitch together. They feel that this demonstrates their solidarity regardless of the atmosphere. Players also don't want to walk around the pitch at the end to applaud the supporting fans."
Wow.
What do you think of that? Because I read that and I thought, it's basically saying that the Spurs players, they aren't happy, because quite a few of them, Pedro Porro even said after the game, he was like, because he was very irate after the game, and he said, "I'm not going to apologise for being angry that you're booing us. It's like, you come here to support us, don't boo. It's not making it better."
Yeah, well, that's
so toxic.
That is ugly. Yeah, that is really ugly.
All the time with Tottenham.
I mean, that whole centre circle thing, we've actually started doing that as well, but we have done it. It feels more positive. Reece James has made it a thing where we do it and it shows solidarity, but then we don't not clap the fans at the end of the game.
It's not even like, it's like Spurs play. Like I said, the quote says the Spurs players don't want to walk around the pitch at the end and applaud the supporting fans. I mean, they know they're just going to get abuse.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I mean, that's just, as you say, there's one word for it, and it's ugly. It's incredible how, literally just when we started this podcast, really, I was still a little bit worried about Thomas Frank and what he would do at Tottenham. Now I am so confident it's going to end with him losing his job very soon.
Yeah, how quickly can times change, honestly.
Yeah.
There's another thing. Thomas Frank, as I said in the I think it was the very first episode, I said he comes across really well in the media. But he said some things recently that have really taken Spurs fans the wrong way. Because he said after the game, because Spurs fans were booing Vicario after his mistake, Thomas Frank said they can't be true Spurs fans. And that, whereas I do see where he's coming from, because like I would never personally boo one of our own players. However, to call a match-going fan not a true Spurs fan feels a little bit wrong.
Well, it's never a good sign when the manager is calling out the fans. That's when you know it's sort of coming to a rather quick and ugly end, when they start calling out the fans, because that's one of the most important things as a football manager. You need the fans on side, and comments like that are not going to help at all.
Home support. He's completely lost the home support, which is not good when you've got 60,000 people who are shouting horrible things at you every week because your team aren't performing. You're not going to enjoy your job, are you? So it's a little bit of a mess for Tottenham right now. We've got some tricky games coming up. Newcastle tomorrow, Brentford, which could be the final nail in the coffin. I think that'd be quite ironic.
That would be ironic, wouldn't it? Well, when mentioned Graham Potter, when he came back to Brighton, that's what started our horrible run. He lost 4-1.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. It's a good point you raised about going from getting managers from within the league, because maybe there's a bit of complacency with them, because Thomas Frank obviously did really well at Brentford, and he probably thought, I can just play the same football at Spurs, but he can't. Evidently he can't. So
the only two, and probably one that I think could really actually do a good job from being inherited from within is Andoni Iraola. I've mentioned my affection towards him.
Andoni Iraola.
I also think Glasner could do a good job, but I'm more confident in Iraola. I think he looks like he is going to be a really, really top manager. And whereas Thomas Frank, for me, he looked like he could be a good manager, but I was never like, we were linked with him the summer we got Maresca, and I actively didn't want us to appoint him. I didn't think that's a good enough appointment for Chelsea. So whereas if we went and got Iraola at that point, I'd be a little bit more excited. So I don't know. I think
that's a good point.
Also, Graham Potter as well. He never really. I backed him when he came in, of course, and I tried to get excited, but it's not a real exciting appointment, is it?
No, he didn't even massively set the world alight at Brighton. I think people have kind of skewed their view of that. I feel like people are like, oh, he's really good at Brighton. He wasn't that good. He was all right. He wasn't. Deserby was better. Hertz has been better.
Well, he had them in Europe when he left, because they finished 9th the season before, and he had them in Europe at the start of the season, and then Deserby came in, and obviously that's the year they got Europa League.
Yeah.
So you can, I think he did do a very, very good job at Brighton. You look at the players he had there, and the team that got European football, that was largely his team. I mean, Deserby did a great job. But then you look at the year after, Deserby fell off a little bit and left.
Yeah, true.
So I don't know. I think I think saying
bigger and better things.
I think saying Hertz has done a better job I don't think that's particularly true. I think Hertz I don't know. I don't think it's true. I mean, where did they finish last season, Brighton?
To be honest, mate.
I think Hertzler, he's doing a good enough job, but he's building on the platform that was laid by Deserby and Potter. When Potter took over, they were towards the relegation zone.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
He brought them up to mid-table, and then was challenging for Europe when he got the call from Chelsea, and then Deserby came and sort of finished the race and got in the European football. So I think Brighton now are a much, much better club, and the foundations are laid a lot better than when Potter took over. So I think, I do rate Hertz. So I think he's a good manager, but he's still young, and I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what he does there.
Yeah, that is a valid point you make. That is a very good point. I like how we kind of switched away from Spurs there. That was good.
Yeah, we did it naturally as well.
That was good. That was very good.
Yeah.
I don't have to talk about them ever again.
Well, you've just brought them up. We have to talk about them very soon in the Prem predictions, because they play tomorrow.
Yeah. Have you predicted match week 14 and 15?
I did
14 and then 4. You've done both of them. Okay.
Because
I'll do 15 off the top of my head then.
Because by the time the next episode comes out, match week 15 would have already happened.
Yeah, cool. That's fine. Have you written down your predictions from last week?
Again, I forgot to do that.
That's all right. I didn't get any spot on. I got 4 results correct, but no scores correct.
Well, I imagine we can just do this, and maybe for next season or something, or the World Cup. That's when we can implicate a leaderboard system. Right now, it's just a fun prediction, so then we can make it better. Right? Do we want to before we actually get into that? Do we want to touch on? You said about talking about City quickly, and then Isak as well.
I think City. Yeah, Isak, it's a bit less relevant talking about Isak.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about Isak.
That was mental.
But definitely,
red card.
Definitely see. Right, I'll ask you the big question.
Okay.
Right then, are Manchester City in the title race?
I think they are. I think they're in the title race. I think they're not the City of old, and I think that's obvious. But they are still an incredible football team. I know they kind of scraped to a win against Leeds yesterday, but they're still fantastic, and they got a point against Arsenal. They probably should have won at the Emirates, which could come back to haunt them. But I think Pep Guardiola, he knows how to win titles. I think if Arsenal are going to be start that again. If Arsenal are going to be wary of anyone, it's probably Man City. I know Chelsea have done really well recently. Liverpool have obviously got the star power that isn't really clicking yet. I think Arteta's probably, if he's thinking about anyone, he's thinking about Pep.
Well, let's hope that comes back to bite him. And while he's thinking about Pep, big old Enzi Maresca slips in.
Little Maresca,
yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think they're definitely in the title race. Yeah. I think you can't rule them out. You'd be stupid to rule them out. They're, as you say, they are second at the minute. I hope that we can be the main challenger, but I want City to be there and thereabouts just in case we're not.
Yeah, I think the key for the rest of the teams chasing Arsenal is a lot of teams putting pressure on. I think if Arsenal, I know Chelsea are good, but if Arsenal are being chased just by Chelsea, I think Arteta will believe they can win that. Whereas if Pep's hunting them down, if Slot's hunting them down, I think there'll be maybe a little bit of doubt in Arteta's mind, like, oh, it's happening again, because it's from the last 3 seasons. But I mean, ultimately, Arsenal are still massive favourites. But City, City, if City won, I wouldn't be like that is so incredible. Like, how's that happened? Because they're Man City. It's Pep Guardiola. They've got Erling Haaland. They've got Jeremy Doku, who's having a great year. It's Phil Foden looks like he's getting back to his best as well. So
yeah,
I think they're firmly in the title race. They've had a couple of iffy results this year, but on the whole, pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that they're probably the closest challengers to Arsenal, but wouldn't it just be so funny if we won the league, just for a giggle?
I mean, yeah, you're right. It would be funny. I would have to. I mean, anyone other than Arsenal for me. So I think even I would be on Chelsea's side.
Arsenal trying to win it for 3 years, making it look so hard, and then they're like, "Oh, this is finally our year." Maresca's just like, "What's that?" I'm trying to think of some of his iconic quotes. Who said that? It's a technical decision. Maresca, I really like him. He's gone up a lot in my estimations at times this season. Where I mean, the Man United game was a big knock in confidence, but then how he's been since then.
Yeah.
I think he's shown that his individual game management is brilliant. Like the way he set up against Barcelona, brilliant. The way he sets up against Liverpool, always brilliant. PSG, brilliant. And the fact that, the fact that we have that option of moving Reece James into midfield. I think last season it was a bit dodgy at times because we were a bit lighter right back when we do that. But Malo Gusto yesterday and this season as a whole has been brilliant, I think. So as long as
massively improved Gusto. I wasn't Gusto's biggest fan last year, or in the last couple of years, but I think this season he's really, really improved.
It was weird. I think his first season he was brilliant, Gusto, and we were missing Reece James a lot. Last season, I don't know whether it was the differing role of having to invert into midfield. He just was not at the races. I remember, and Chelsea fans will remember his performance in the Conference League final. He got subbed off at half-time. He was shocking. But I mean, this season, it's been a massive turnaround, and as long as he can continue playing like this, it means that we can utilise Reece James in midfield as well, and it makes us such a more solid team. Because as we mentioned earlier, Reece James is completely bossing the midfield. But I agree that City are probably the main challengers. It feels too early for us to be challenging at the minute, and I know, Lee Gunner's been laughing at that a lot, like going, "Oh, you spent." Classic line that they use. You spent $2 billion, and you're not ready for the project. But I mean, to be honest, I don't value anything Lee Gunner says. So I think,
that's probably the smartest thing to do.
Yes.
But I think Chelsea, give it a couple of years, and Chelsea will be up there.
Yeah, I do think. Yeah, I think in terms of the Premier League, it will take a couple of years. I think we can challenge for the other 3 trophies. I think we're more likely to win the Champions League than we are the Premier League. So,
yeah, that's not a bad shout. To be fair, Chelsea, they've got history in it. So,
yeah, I feel like if we ended up meeting Arsenal in a Champions League tie, like a knockout tie, like a quarter-final, semi-final, or something like that, I honestly think we'd have the edge because we've been there before. I know it's not the same group of players, but as a club, we've been there before, and we have that bit of European arrogance about us.
That.
But yeah, we'll have to. I mean, we saw like
Chelsea do have an arrogance.
Yeah, Arsenal. Everybody's going on about how good they've been in both the league and Europe. But can I remind you that Liverpool topped the group in the Champions League last year, and they got knocked out in the first round. So
because the new Champions League format, I'm a really big fan of it. I think it does create more jeopardy because, like I said, Liverpool ended up playing PSG in the last 16. Even though PSG went on to win the Champions League, even though they came, 15th, 16th in the league. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, people last year were going like, what the hell is this format? But I already knew because I've been playing Football Manager, so I'm an expert of this new Champions League format.
You were an expert.
Yeah, I do. I like it as well. I mean, obviously, last year it was a sort of similar format for the Conference League, but we absolutely blazed through, topped the group, and it wasn't the same. So, yeah, I can't wait for the knockouts, to be honest, because there's nothing better than knockout Champions League football. I just remember that 2021 knockout run so vividly. I remember getting so excited for the draws. I remember drawing Atletico Madrid, who were at the time were the reigning champions of Spain, and just going, well, they're either the reigning champions or that was the year they won it. I can't remember.
I think they won it in COVID, so I think it was 2020 they won it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, it was either they had won it, they were reigning champions, or they went on to win it that year. Yeah, and then it's like that whole that was brilliant. The Giroud bicycle kick, that moment, and then obviously the semi-final Real Madrid. There's just nothing better than Champions League knockouts if you go on a run. And right now watching games like Barcelona as well, that's what obviously had to have a couple years without seeing Chelsea in it, and those are the games that really make you realize how much you missed it, because it's just, especially when you go on to win, like there's just European nights at the Bridge. Oh, special.
Beautiful. Yeah, I do. I think, like I said, I remember Tottenham's Champions League run from 2019. Obviously, I remember it so vividly. Even like, the Europa League last year, obviously we won it. The Champions League's just got that special feeling about it. It's just hearing the music. It's just something about it.
Yeah.
I do miss it when Spurs aren't in it.
Yes, definitely. Nothing better.
Literally nothing better. Right. Yeah, I don't really talk about. I think I'd rather talk about Paquetá. I think.
Yeah, there's no need to talk about Isaac, I suppose. Yep.
Yeah, he's a bit irrelevant. But yeah. Have you seen the Paquetá red card from yesterday?
I have, and yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Just speechless, really. I don't really know what to say about it.
It looks incredibly dodgy. I think he got his first booking for his yellow card. Players get booked for dissent. It happens a lot. That's fine. He just kept going for no real reason, and I don't really understand why. And with his history and everything that's gone on in the past, looks incredibly suspicious.
Yeah, I mean his statement after. I mean, just like going on. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. It's been a bit hard, but
yeah,
it's not at all relevant. It's not relevant, is it? Not at all relevant.
He was almost blaming the FA. It was like, oh, well, I've not had any help. It's like, well,
your mistreatment of me is why I shouted at the referee and got a second yellow. Shut up.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Somebody check his Bet365 account.
Tell him. Yeah, I think it's it's interesting to see what will come out from that, because I think that is a little bit dodgy. But hey, West Ham still poor. They're getting better under Nuno, but still not anywhere.
There's only so much you can improve a hot, steaming pile of dog. feces. Should we do
right? Shall we
predictions now?
What do you want to do now? Predictions, yeah.
Yeah, get the big chunk out of the way.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, I've done 14. I've written down the fixtures for 15, so I can just do them off the top of my head.
Okay, right. I'm the villain.
You're going to lead us
Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay. Now, what's a different word for villain so I can rip it off?
What's a different word for villain?
I'm the antagonist.
Oh, you've got to do that. That's brilliant.
Okay.
I'm the antagonist. Yeah, that's great.
I'm the antagonist. God, really not have to cover myself. Anyway, welcome back to the Premier League predictions. Definitely not ripping off two individuals. I mean, we're not though, because we're not being really weird. Unless we could start being really weird.
We're never weird.
It's the cottages. Oh my god, this is a disastrous intro. Anyway, this is a big one.
We've done it now. We're going with it.
This is a big one because we've got lots of fixtures. Game week 14 and 15 in the same video.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky five people that choose to click on this video. We're starting off with we're starting off with Bournemouth v Everton.
Oh, what a classic.
What an absolute Premier League classic. When you think of Premier League, you think, oh my god, Bournemouth Everton.
You think Bournemouth. That's what you think, isn't it?
Seamus Coleman and Justin Kluivert.
Oh, wow. Right, what are you going for Bournemouth Everton?
I've gone 2-2 because Bournemouth, I've sung their praises and they've let me down. So I'm going to call a draw today. And then, I don't know.
I've gone for 2-1 Bournemouth. Everton, maybe if someone slaps their teammate for Everton, they'll play better again because they played really well against United. But against Newcastle, they were awful. 2-1 Bournemouth.
But Dewsbury Hall, his aura is just going to grab a couple goals, I reckon. But yeah, I feel like we don't need to talk about that game. If there's any cherries out there listening, I'm sorry, but
I doubt it.
At least I like your gaffer. So let's move on to Fulham versus Man City. It'd be nice for City to drop points so we can hopefully sneak in back into second, but I don't see it happening, unfortunately. I've gone 3-1 Man City.
Yeah, fair enough. I've gone 2-0 City. I have a newfound hatred for Fulham. So, yeah.
Not the cottages. Anyway, Newcastle v Spurs. I'm sure you're dreading this one at St James's Park. I'm sorry, Mr. Frank Henson, but you got no chance. 3-0 Newcastle.
Oh, I gave us a goal. I went 3-1. I think.
Well, yeah, you could get a goal, but it's just it's not going to go well, unfortunately. Bad vibes, and it's at St James's, so no chance. Arsenal v Brentford, another game that we could really do with some drop points in. Arsenal, the one prayer, the one hope is that Michael Coyote can undo them. Friend of the channel, Michael Coyote. He's going to get mentioned every episode.
Good.
But realistically, I don't see that happening. But I do think it'll be tight. I've gone for a 1-0 Arsenal win.
Ooh. I went 2-0, and I do love Michael Coyote. So
if you're watching Coyote.
That's all I need to say.
Okay, we're rattling through these. Brighton v the Villains. No, I'm not doing that. I can't. A good game, this. Brighton, few good players. Villa, Morgan Rogers. I've gone 3-2 to Villa. I think there's going to be loads of goals.
Ooh, nice. I've gone 2-1 to Villa. I do like Brighton, though. Big fan of Yankuba Minter. I think he's class.
Yankuba.
What a name that is, by the way. Yankuba.
Yeah.
Do you know many Yankubas?
Oh, I actually grew up with one, yeah.
I thought you did. It rang a bell.
Yeah. I think, Villa are absolutely flying high. They had a really bad start to the season, if you remember, and then now they're right on.
Even score a goal.
They're right on our tails. So yeah,
cheeky little Villa title race.
Maybe. I hope not. Well, I don't. I mean, as long as we're up there, I don't care if they are actually.
As long as Arsenal don't win, I really couldn't care less.
All right, Burnley versus Crystal Palace. Burnley are not going to win. unfortunately. Sorry, Scott Parker. If there was an award for being best dressed manager in the league, you'd win it. But
he'd win it every year.
Unfortunately, there isn't, and that doesn't actually equate to points. So it's going to be 2-1 Crystal Palace. I thought, first half against United, they were really good. Second half, different story, but it's Burnley, so they're going to bounce back. And I'm sorry if that comes back to bite me, Burnley fans, but...
I have gone incredibly rogue. I've gone for a draw.
Oh, my God.
I know. I just don't know why. Just got this feeling, just this sixth sense. I've gone Burnley are going to do something.
Have you seen that film, by the way, The Sixth Sense? It's very good.
I have. It's been a while, but I have seen it in the past, yes.
I watched it recently and I was just like, oh my God.
You just remember how good it was. You're just like, wow.
Yeah. It's altered my life. It's altered the course of my life. Anyway.
Much like Moises Caicedo has.
Yeah, well, yesterday for the worst, though. Don't be doing that anymore, Moises. Anyway. Now it is Wolves versus Nottingham Forest. This is like 2 loads of hot steaming rubbish. That's not very good English, but we'll move on anyway. Forest are going to win because Wolves, as we say every week, are dreadful. 2 points. Yeah. Rob Edwards. Oh, what a managerial appointment that is. Anyway, Forest have improved a little bit under Deitch.
Mm-hmm.
So, 2-0 win.
Yeah, I also went 2-0, but shouting out to your mate Jorgi Strand-Larsen.
Jorgi Strand-Larsen, get him out there.
Yeah.
We need to perform a rescue mission on Jorgi Strand-Larsen.
We do. We will go and kidnap Jorgi from Wolverhampton.
Yes, we will. Leeds v Chelsea now. This is a big game. This is the typical type of game where after a good performance we would drop more points. But I'm being ultra positive now. I'm deciding to back the lads no matter what. And I've gone for a 3-0 Chelsea win because this is the exact sort of statement we need to make. After that, we need to build on it. There's going to be no Caicedo. There's going to be no Reece James, but Cole Palmer's going to be back. I see another man of the match performance from Andre Santos coming up, if I'm honest. I think that boy is a serious footballer. So I think 3-0 win.
Fair enough. I also gave you a win. I went 2-1. I think Leeds are pretty good at Ellen Road, but Chelsea, I can see a Cole Palmer comeback goal.
Yes. Right then.
Yes.
Liverpool v Sunderland. Liverpool obviously grabbing a win yesterday on the day of recording. Rare-sighted win, yes. Sunderland with a brilliant comeback win as well. So, I mean, this is like a team that's newly promoted, high-flying versus a team that are obviously the reigning champions and struggling a lot. So for that reason, I'm a believer in chaos. Some might say I'm the founder of chaos, actually. And I've gone for a 2-2 draw.
I love that. Chaos is your middle name, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, thought so. I've edged it Liverpool.
And Cube is my second middle name. Anyway, 2-1 Liverpool. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, I see that happening. Liverpool should win.
Yeah, exactly.
All right then. The last game of game week 14, Man United versus West Ham. United v United.
Exactly what we want to watch on a Monday night, isn't it?
That is the dream Monday night football game. I've gone 2-1 to Manchester United because I think they are a little bit better. They're still not very good, but West Ham are also not very good. So there's my logic.
Yeah, great logic. I've gone 3-1 to Manchester United. Not much else to say.
Yeah, okay, right. On to game week 15 now. Villa versus Arsenal. What a good game this is. And maybe I'm just being a little bit silly after yesterday. Maybe. But I've gone 2-2 draw.
A bit crazy.
I've gone a 2-2 draw.
Interesting.
I think Ollie Watkins is finally going to bag again. That's all I'll say. Is he injured?
About time.
I can't.
He came off the bench yesterday.
Okay, good. Thought I was going to make myself look a fool there.
No, we never look like fools. Never. Ever.
Insert the clip of me winking.
3-0 Aston Villa.
3-0?
3-0.
I hope so. But that's a little bit...
There will be a game this season where Arsenal completely fall apart, and this is it.
And it has been Villa before, to be fair. But I mean, I'd love a little Christmas tumble for Arsenal, little festive blues type of.
We all would.
Wouldn't it be funny if by like Christmas we're just top of the league? Yeah, I think that's, to be honest, I think that's wishful thinking of you. I think the best result here is a draw. But we'll see. I hope that happens. Right, Bournemouth versus Chelsea. My beloved Andoni Iraola facing us. And look, good side Bournemouth, especially, we've had troubles playing there before. That being said, I think we're too strong. 2-1 Chelsea win.
I was also going to say 2-1 to Chelsea. I do like Bournemouth. We love Andoni Iraola. But, mate, Cole Palmer, he'll be back by then. He'll be fine. He'll be great.
He'll be back. I'll be back. Sorry. Everton versus Forest. Another fantastic game in the Premier League.
Heritage, isn't it?
This is. The little Hill Dicky, it didn't help them against Newcastle. But it will help them against Forest. I'm a big Hill Dicky though. I love the Hill Dicky. I'd love to go there one day. Be sat in that away end. Everton v Forest. I've gone 2-1 to Everton.
I was also thinking 2-1 Everton. We're so in sync today. What's going on?
Yes, we are. Wow. Manchester City versus Sunderland. Now, you might remember 5 minutes ago, I said a 2-2 draw against Liverpool. Manchester City, they've been a bit hit and miss this season. Sunderland is definitely the type of game where you could see them dropping points. Arsenal dropped points against them.
Indeed.
We lost against them, and I'm predicting Liverpool to drop points against them.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going for a 4-0 City win.
I really fell for that. You really got me.
That was the hope.
Yeah, that was good. I was thinking, oh my God, he's going to go Sunderland to win. No, you dummied me into that. I'm going to go 3-1.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. I can see something getting a goal, but City would just be too strong. Erling Haaland on like a 2-game goal drought now or something stupid like that. So
that's good. Yeah, because he's on 99. He can't get to 100.
Yeah. Right then, Newcastle versus Burnley.
Another classic.
Absolute zinger, this one. At St James's, it'll be too much for little old Burnley, unfortunately. 5-0.
Ooh, I'm going to go 4-0. Because I like Scott Parker. I don't want him to get too embarrassed,
Don't want another 9-0 like he had at Bournemouth. Or whatever it was. Was it 9? I think it was.
I've not had a 9-0 in a while.
Yeah, it's time for a 9-0. Maybe it'll be in Spurs versus Brentford.
It could be this next game.
Yeah. Now, obviously, it's not a trip to Brentford, but it's still his beloved Bees buzzing their way back. That's not good wordplay, but we'll keep it in. To see their old friend, Mr. Thomas Frank, and I don't see a way that you win this game.
I'm in agreement.
I have gone for a 1-1 draw, though, so you're not going to lose. But
thanks, mate. That's nice.
Of course, it is. I'm feeling generous with it being, the festive season and all.
Oh, cheers. Well, that's why I predicted 2 Chelsea wins. That's nice. Again, I said it last week against Fulham. I know my club very well. We're not going to win. Brentford.
Sorry, what was that? You cut out when you were saying the score. Did you say 2-0?
2-0 Brentford.
Oh, okay. Well, Michael Coyote.
Anyway, he's just oh my God, we're going to concede to a long throw-in.
Michael Coyote.
We actually are. We're going to be so bad.
We need to just, like, every episode, we need to make sure that we have at least one Michael Coyote clip coming out.
Oh, we need to, yeah. Well, don't worry, next week it'll be him scoring directly from a long throw-in.
Oh, yeah. I need to try and work him into the...
Vicario will try and catch it, and it will go in the goal.
I need to try and work him into the Christmas episode somehow.
Oh, I'm sure we can get him in there somewhere.
Yeah, I'll think about it. Right, Leeds versus Liverpool.
Drop him a little DM. Drop him a message and just say, Michael, come on.
I mean, that's wishful thinking, but I might have to try it. Yes, right. We are on Leeds versus Liverpool now, and Liverpool. I predicted them drawing to Sunderland, so I can't predict them dropping points against another promoted team. So I've gone for a 2-1 scrappy win for Liverpool.
Yeah, so probably I predicted them to beat Sunderland, so I'll go the opposite. See, I'm going to go 1-1 draw.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
I know.
You can see it happening. It's a difficult place to play, Ellen Road, and You know, especially when you're going through a bit of some difficult times. Right.
It was a sticky situation.
Yep. Brighton versus West Ham United now. 2-0 Brighton. Oof. Easy as that.
Yeah. 3-0 Brighton. Move on.
Okay. Fulham Palace. Perhaps the game of the weekend.
Derby.
It's a London derby. Wow. I've gone for a 3-3 draw. Because this game screams 3-3, just doesn't it?
Yeah, I can back that. Going to carry on with my newfound hatred of Fulham. I'm going to go 3-1 Palace.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're the stronger team, but
yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? Okay, Wolves versus Manchester United now, and I've actually gone for a 2-0 Manchester United win. Wolves absolutely awful, honestly.
You've lulled me in again. That's twice you've tricked me.
Yeah, but I am known for my manipulation.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that your other middle name? You've got Yankuba, Chaos, and Manipulation.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm happy I've made that joke, actually.
We're leaving it in. Wolves, there's a part of me that really wants Wolves to do something, because how funny would it be if their first wins against Man United?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about when I was writing it down, just going, that would be funny.
But sadly, I'll give Yorgi a goal, but I think United will score. I think it'll be 3-1 to Manchester United.
Yeah, fair enough. Right then, should we do FIFA Bang of the Week? I noticed there wasn't a TikTok for FIFA Bang of the Week this week.
Yeah, it hasn't gone up yet. I don't know why I didn't do it. I think I was probably saving it until today, because I don't want to leave it. Because last week we didn't have anything go up on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Mate, post it after we're done recording.
So I was going to post it. Yeah, I was going to post it today.
Okay. Well, I've gone for a classic. Perhaps maybe this is too obvious of one, but I've just gone for The Knights by Avicii, because Avicii. What an artist!
I'm a massive Avicii guy.
Yeah, same. And FIFA 16, good vibes. I love 2016. 2016 is up there. Maybe we have to rank years at one stage in the podcast.
We'll do that. We'll do that in a future episode.
But no, even in terms of FIFA games and in terms of general, just 2016 was just an absolutely wonderful year of my life.
It was just vibes.
I feel like I just gained a new appreciation for life in 2016. Anyway,
the Euros were pretty good in 2016.
The Euros. I went on a plane for the first time.
Oh wow, where'd you go?
I went to Spain. I went to Mallorca, and it was like we went with the whole family, so we sort of cashed out on a big villa. So we were nice. It was unbelievable. Anyway,
living the life, mate.
Yeah, I know. I still reminisce about those days. Those were the days of my life, and I was just a little 10-year-old nipper.
Now you're just a little 19-year-old nipper.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm going to use your argument that you used about me last week. The Knights is a great song on its own.
It is.
I really wouldn't. I wouldn't. I mean, I do associate it with FIFA, but I'm a big Avicii guy. I think The Knights is just a good song.
Yeah, that was my risk in taking it.
It is a banger. I have gone for "Busy Earning" by Jungle from FIFA 14. I think.
Yeah, I mean, the way to beat me is just name a FIFA 14 soundtrack song every week.
That's kind of what I went for.
Yeah, that was my first FIFA, my favourite FIFA. So, yeah, I'm happy. I mean, the comments can say otherwise, but I'm happy to let you take the win this week.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I think last week you would take it. You said "Dreaming," didn't you?
I did. So, make sure to, when you post a TikTok, tag the band, because I've seen them or I don't know if they have TikTok, but I've seen people post about that song a lot. So it might be popular.
Cool, yeah.
Anyway, right.
We'll do that.
Now for this week alone, we've got a new, I say segment. It's going to be a one-time thing, because none of our teams are playing in especially big games this week. We thought we'd do something else in terms of rankings, and we've decided to rank the best days of the week to watch football. Now I've gone for all 7. I don't know whether you have. I assume you have.
Yeah,
all 7 days of the week.
I've got a list of 7.
Should we go from bottom to top? All right. What is your worst day to watch football?
My worst day of the week is a Monday. I don't like Monday football.
Okay, I've actually gone for Thursday, because I associate Thursday with the Europa League and the Conference League. And
that's fair enough.
I don't believe in that mediocrity. So
you call it mediocrity. I personally love the Europa League. So
well, I don't. Yeah, I like the Europa League because obviously we've won it twice. But for me, it's just like, yes, it's like that cousin that you like but you don't love. Whereas the Champions League, it's like it's your older brother that you're in awe of. That you're just like, oh, I love the Champions League. It's your idol,
isn't it?
Yeah,
that's fair enough. So yeah, I've gone Monday.
Okay.
What's your 6th place?
This may be controversial, but I've gone Friday. Now, because I don't think that the standard of whenever there's a Friday night football game on in the Premier League, I don't think it's ever a particularly high standard football game. Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe I'm blanking on some, but I don't know. It's just Friday. Yeah, I don't know. Friday, it's just not as good as the other days in the weekend. And
I
don't know.
I think you're spot on because I've also gone Friday in 6th.
Okay.
I think the only Friday game I particularly enjoy is the first, the opening game of every season.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
That's the only one where I'm like, oh, yeah, brilliant. So, yeah, Friday is 6th for me.
Yeah, right then, what have you got in 5th?
I feel like this is quite controversial. I don't know. I've gone Tuesday, 5th.
What?
I just don't see it. Tuesday for me, I don't know. I almost don't even have an explanation. I think the other days are just better. I mean, they're all good. No, don't get me wrong. Big respect to Tuesday. Fabulous day. The 4 I've got left are better.
Okay, I've got Monday because similar reasons. I don't know. It's just the weekend's over. You're back to work. You're back to school. Whatever. I like Monday night. Actually, I mean, maybe I've been a bit harsh because I like the Monday night football analysis that they do. But the actual games itself, I don't have much time for, and I think the other ones are better.
That's fair enough. Right, what's the number 4?
I've gone Wednesday because it's a good. These are all the top 4 are all good here. They're all class days to watch football. Wednesday, it's a Champions League night, so you don't need to say anything else. But personally, I wouldn't have it as high as the other Champions League night. That's all I'll say.
Fair enough. I've gone Thursday. I know you had it a lot lower, but I've gone Thursday and 4th. Just because, mainly last year, every Thursday when Spurs played last year, I was happy. And on the weekends, I wasn't. So,
yeah, that's fair enough.
That's what I've gone for.
The podium places. What is your 3rd place?
Again, might be controversial. I've gone Sunday.
Oh my god! What?
I've gone Sunday 3rd.
No.
Sunday, and can I tell you my reasoning?
Wait, yeah, get speaking because I'm losing a lot of respect for you.
My reasoning being, I'm thinking this with my Tottenham hat on. Tottenham lose a lot, right? If we lose on a Saturday, there's a chance that I can forget about it on the Sunday. My weekend is, it can go on. Things can improve. If we lose on a Sunday, I've then got to face Monday morning knowing that my team are rubbish.
Yeah, I mean, but then also, if it happens on Saturday, then there's a chance it ruins your whole weekend. Whereas at least if you lose on a Sunday, you get Saturday normal.
That is true. I do, yeah. But if it happens on a Saturday, I try and focus my mind elsewhere on a Sunday. Hopefully, there's a Grand Prix on or something, or I just block Tottenham out of my mind. But yeah, I know it's controversial, but I've gone 3rd for Sunday.
Well, in 3rd, I've got Saturday. In particular, the evening. I think the Saturday evening 5:30 sort of game. I love that. I love that a lot. It's better than Saturday 3 o'clock games. You can't even watch them, so that's a big mark for them, and that's probably why it's not first. But yeah, I love the Saturday evening games. This is all a strong place. These are all strong positions now, but I just don't like it as much as the other two. So
fair enough. Right, what is? I've got 2 left each. What is your number 2?
My number 2 is Tuesday. It's the best Champions League night in my opinion. We just beat Barcelona on a Tuesday, so yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I don't think there's anything else to say. It's Champions League, man.
Champions League. My number 2, again, might be controversial. I don't know, but I've gone Saturday for number 2.
There's no way you put Wednesday number 1.
I've put Wednesday number 1. I love
word.
Wednesday football. I have put number 1 Wednesday because it's the middle of the week. You think it's a long enough time that football hasn't happened. So like, say Tottenham play on a Sunday, I've then had Monday and Tuesday. Nothing's happening. I don't really care about, and I've still got to wait until the Saturday or the Sunday to play. Wednesday's just right in the middle, and I'm like, excellent. Got another chance to watch some dismal football.
I mean, fair enough. My number 1 is Sunday because Sunday, Super Sunday, 4:30, especially in the winter when it's cold. Maybe you've got the fire on in the living room. Everybody's been home all day. You're there with your family watching the football. It's just, for me, it's the prime time, Super Sunday. The 4:30 kickoff is the prime time. And maybe it's a bit generic putting it first, but for me, it is the best.
That's fair enough. I think the reason I didn't put Sunday first because of Super Sunday is because usually Super Sundays like big games. Tottenham don't win big games. It's been very Tottenham biased, my list, because
well, that's fair
Super
enough.
Sunday for me is often quite painful.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You do support Tottenham, so I'll let you off. Right then, I think that's football done for this week.
Yes, I believe it is.
Should we touch on F1?
Formula 1?
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Obviously, I feel like the big talking point is yesterday's race, McLaren and their stupid strategy. They are trying their best to throw it away. I saw something that said if without their disqualification in Vegas, they would have gone into the last race with a guaranteed world champion. So one of the two drivers would be a guaranteed world champion. Now, I know he's still 12 points behind, but it feels like Verstappen, the momentum is so firmly with Max Verstappen now. So, yeah.
100%. I think that, the strategy, I couldn't figure it out. I don't like the fact that everyone else came in, and I just, surely they're the constructors champions. They have good strategists. Surely they would have gone, this is the time to pit. They kept going on about their flexibility. It's like, oh, they've lost all their flexibility. We've got flexibility now. So if everyone else is doing the exact same thing, you don't need
your flexibility means nothing.
All exactly the same.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure it out.
And it's the arrogance that they could just get on down the road and build a massive gap. It's like, no, they weren't actually that quick. And it was a disastrous race for Lando Norris in the end. And then also, I just want to touch on Helmut Marko. I think that dinosaur needs to get out of our sport. I mean, his opinions are so brain dead. You know, he's meant to be like, he's like he manages like the young drivers, doesn't he, at Red Bull? And it's like he's meant to be good around young drivers. Directly accusing a rookie, a 19-year-old rookie, of purposely letting Lando Norris through. What motivation does Kimi Antonelli have to do that? Why would he do that?
It's just ridiculous. I can't. Helmut Marko, you're right. He should have left a long time ago. He is no good to the sport, really. You see how he treated Hadjar at the first race in Australia.
Also there's like last season or something when he was like just directly racist towards Checo Perez, going like, "Oh yeah, these South Americans are very hot-headed." He's not South American, you idiot. He's from Mexico.
Exactly. He is an awful man, Helmut Marko.
Every time he opens his mouth, it's something negative.
Yeah, Antonelli's mistake yesterday. It is. I like the cameras didn't really pick it up. They just kind of picked up getting past him on replay. It's just a little bit. It's just a bit of oversteer, and that's it. It happens.
Yeah.
I don't see. I saw a lot of Max Verstappen fans really going at Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah, and have you seen he's got the blacked out Instagram profile now?
Has he?
Yeah, it's like you're bullying. Max Verstappen fans can be so brain dead. It's unbelievable, and it goes to fans of any driver can be, but bullying a 19-year-old. Can I just add as well, who has more talent in his pinky than anybody hating on him? And it's like, who do you think you are? A lot of these people that go like Lando Norris isn't world champion material. I'm sorry, who are you? You're sat behind a keyboard. You're like, what? Why are you commenting on another person's ability? I'd like to see you drive an F1 car.
It's right. Yeah, keyboard warriors. It's crazy. But yeah, I think I saw someone compare this Antonelli mistake to Timo Glock in 2008 when he let Hamilton through last. But obviously, it's not the last race, not the last corner. But that moment could be huge. You know, if Max wins next week and Lando comes third, Lando is world champion.
Yeah, definitely.
That wouldn't be true if Antonelli did that mistake.
Exactly.
So it's massive. I think Lando, he was let off a bit, Lando. He really was, because it wasn't his fault that the strategy was poor, but he then also didn't get past Antonelli until the mistake, and Sainz, even with Sainz had a bit of an issue at the end, still was too far ahead.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is a huge. When it happened, I was like, it's absolutely massive, because Lando, he can come on the podium in Abu Dhabi on Sunday, and he's world champion.
It's a real. I mean, there's just gonna be so much pressure, and I mean, McLaren as a team will be feeling the pressure. They cannot mess up again. I mean, I think Abu Dhabi is going to be a strong track for McLaren. I think they'll have the pace. This is a real test of Norris's character and McLaren's character. How do they deal with this? He just needs to finish third, and the World Championship is his. Just don't. I mean, I am excited. I'm nervous. I think I'm so glad. It's the first time in 15 years, I think, that it's gone down to the final race having 3 drivers in contention. So it's going to be an unbelievable weekend. And I just think by the next episode, we'll know who the world champion is. It's going to be...
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, we can start next week's episode with a congratulations.
Yeah, it's going to be...
You are the world champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. 2010 was the last time I did a video in the week on Sebastian Vettel. So my very first memory of Formula One is that final race in 2010. And it was incredible, because Seb was third going into that race. He'd never led the World Championship ever until that race. And Oscar Piastri is third now, which seems remarkable because he was so far ahead at one point. But he's third now going into Abu Dhabi. He needs to remember that anything can happen.
Yeah,
anything can happen, especially if Verstappen and I said it last week. If Verstappen and Norris get in a tangle or something, an engine blows up, Piastri's right back in it. He needs to not give up. And I think the only person, probably in the whole, not even just the drivers, the whole paddock, who won't be feeling the nerves is Max Verstappen.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's got nothing to lose. He was out of this title, and now he's not. So he's got absolutely nothing to lose. Nobody's expecting him to win it. Just want to touch on Piastri quickly.
He said so. Oh, sorry.
He was robbed of a race win by McLaren yesterday. Absolutely robbed of one. He had the pace all weekend, and he had no. I mean, he had no words at the end of the race, and that's completely fair. He posted a picture on Instagram, him holding the trophy, no caption.
Yeah, no caption, no music. It was.
He must be feeling, so. I mean, just I don't know. He's done nothing wrong, and he's lost a race win, and now he shouldn't feel like this, but he might be feeling like he's lost the world championship because of it, because he's just got that. He's that little bit further back. As you say, it can still happen, but he is that. He's no longer second.
I wouldn't blame him at all if he's doubting like his chances to win. That I wouldn't blame him at all. But again, it's not. I know he's had a really bad run of form. Azerbaijan especially was poor, and Singapore was really bad.
But this week he picked it up again.
He did,
and he lost a race win
in every session.
Yeah, he should have got maximum points
apart from the race.
Think how much confidence that would have given him going into the last race.
Yeah, exactly. And that's fair. I'm going to touch on something that Max said in the week. He was asked whether he really is driven to go and get it, and he said it won't change his life whether he has 4 or 5. And he also said that if Red Bull were in the situation McLaren have been in this year, they would have won the world championship a long time ago. He said if he was driving the quickest car and with his team around him, they would have had this wrapped up. McLaren have had an awful end to the season. And it's, their management of this whole situation, McLaren, has been, I don't know what the word, it's just been dire. It's been horrendous.
Well, I sent you a TikTok, and I think, there's almost some truth to this. McLaren are so scared of being accused of favouring one driver that they're favouring Max with their stupidity.
They are. It's ridiculous. It's eerily similar to 2007. Zach Brown even mentioned it. 2007, Hamilton and Alonso were fighting for the World Championship, and Kimi Räikkönen right at the end came in and won it by a point. And that's because McLaren didn't favour Lewis, who was in front at the time. They didn't favour the rookie.
Yeah,
because Fernando didn't want it. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. I think McLaren, they have a history, and it's coming back to bite them.
It's really tricky.
Max wins, if Max wins the World Championship, it obviously great for Max. It's McLaren's doing.
They have blood on their hands, McLaren.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think it's obviously difficult, because you want to see. I would rather it be that every driver has a teammate that can beat them any day of the week, and they can race each other, and it makes for better racing. But when you have teams like Red Bull who are solely focusing on Max, it does create situations like this. McLaren have tried to give an equal opportunity, and they've been stupid at times with it for both their drivers, and it means that because of this, Max Verstappen is right on their heels. It's a risk, and I don't know. It's just. If they lose this World Championship, they have royally messed it up.
Massively. I think it goes down to the culture of the teams, really, because McLaren have never favoured one driver ever. Even go back to the Senna and Prost days, it was whoever made the turn one first was going to stay in front. That was it. They weren't allowed to race. It was, just getting most points for the team. And you think teams like Red Bull have always favoured a driver. Even in 2010, controversially, they favoured Seb over Mark Webber, even though Webber was ahead in the championship. And eventually it worked. Obviously, Seb won the World Championship, but it feels weird that they always choose one. Obviously, when you've got Max Verstappen,
it's fairly obvious.
Right now, he's going to be the number one driver. But McLaren, I don't know. I was going to say maybe they should have prioritised Oscar at one point, but then the drop off came, and I think it was by the time the drop off happened, it was too late to prioritise someone. If that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And I think last year they took too long to prioritise Lando.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And it's
100%.
just they've got the quickest car, but they don't have some very stupid moments. So it's going to make for a very entertaining race.
They're not learning from their mistakes. I think one thing it makes me think about is 2016 with Hamilton and Rosberg in the Mercedes. They didn't favour one driver, but they could do that because
they were so far ahead of the field.
So quick. It was that car is one of the best F1 cars ever. It was so good compared to the second best. The Red Bull was the second best that year. It was they could afford to take points off each other because there wasn't a Max Verstappen lurking in the background.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very excited for Sunday. I can't wait.
I am too. We'll come back next week and we will have a new world champion. Very exciting.
We will, yes. Right. Last topic. I just want to very quickly touch on the Ashes. And I think this is a segment we'll do for any time there's about to be a test match. This is what I would do to win the second test.
Oh, okay.
What I would do
here we go.
is over the 5 days, I would score more runs and get more wickets than the Australians.
That is... See, I'm no cricket expert. Sounds like a solid plan to me.
Thank you for coming. That's my segment over.
We're done, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Can I quickly touch on the Rugby World Cup draw, which is happening on Wednesday? It's Monday as we record. It's happening on Wednesday.
Yep,
the World Cup isn't until 2027, but they like to do the draws very early for some reason. England, did you watch any of the rugby over the autumn?
I did, yes. I watched all of the games.
Yeah, very good. England are in fantastic form. Obviously, it's a long way off the World Cup 2027. But, the draw, we're in pot one, which is always good. I think England have a real shot of winning this World Cup. I think 2019, the World Cup was in Japan.
Yeah.
And England got to the final. That felt like, in my lifetime, that was the time where
chance.
England are favourites, going to go on and win it. Came up short in the final against a really good South Africa team. 2023, the team wasn't as good, but we still got to the semi-finals. I think England seemed to find a way in the rugby. A bit, kind of opposite to the football. We turn up for the World Cup. We turn up when it matters most. And I think going into 20, obviously, again, it's 2 years away. I think England have a really good shot. It'll be between England, South Africa, probably.
New Zealand have to be up there.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
I think Ireland famously have a terrible record at the World Cup. They've never got
and they've also tailed off a little bit recently. They're not as good as they were the last couple of years.
A little bit. France, again, very good, but like recently they've been a little bit up and down.
Yeah.
Wales are nowhere near it. Scotland are Scotland. So I do think England, it's in Australia, the World Cup, so Australia, have got to mention them as well. They are a good side. They put up a fight against the Lions in the summer. But yeah, I'll come back. I'll talk next week about what the draw is like, because I think England are a really good shot next year. And for the Six Nations coming up in February, I think England could do a really good job.
I agree. And yeah, we'll touch on that more next week when the draws actually happen.
Mm-hmm. Wow, very good.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Is that everything we want to cover?
I think it is. It's our longest episode yet.
Yeah, wow.
Good
Chatterboxes we are.
Yes, that has been famously said about us, hasn't it? Chatterboxes.
We are notorious chatty people. We're so social.
Got in so much trouble at school for that, didn't we?
Oh, we did, didn't we? The tensions every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, right. Shall I do an outro?
Go for it, yeah.
Right, guys, that will do it for episode 3 of the Sam2Podcast. If you have enjoyed, please give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, subscribe to the YouTube to watch the full episodes. Sam, have you enjoyed this week?
I have enjoyed it. It's been a good one. We've talked for quite a while. I think we've got a lot down, and I just have one parting message for the viewers. Beware.
The floor is yours.
He might be there when you're sleeping. Sleep with one eye open, because you never know when Michael Coyote will strike.
Oh, those long throw-ins, they give me nightmares.
They do. Anyway, you guys take care now.